And twofer. Now, I'm gonna be talking about a figure. We're actually going to complete the drive, the Kamen Rider drive set of figures that I have, and I'm going to talk about this figure. Honestly, he is one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite action figures, and the figure we're talking about is Mask Rider 3. Now, he did not come out in a series. He actually came out in a movie. And this movie features him with Kamen Rider Drive. Now, this is different because he started out as an antagonist, as part of Shocker. Well, I guess the backgrounder for the movie is that Rider Drive was put into an alternate world where Shocker ruled that world, and he was put in a race, and his main opponent was Kamen Rider 3, Mask Rider 3, who then became his teammate, who then switched sides. Now, what's so special about Kamen Rider 3 is that he is, next to Drive, he is the only one with a car as his main vehicle. So we do have Kamen Rider Drive and his Trideron. And then we also have Mask Rider 3 with the Tricyclone. Yeah, Triclone with the Triclone. I mean, now the Triclone is a convertible, so it's a top-down car, and it has guns and everything. Looks pretty cool. And I believe he is the last rider that has a car. The first one was Mask Rider RX with a ride loan. Then came Kamen Rider Drive with Trideron, and Mask Rider 3 with a Triclone. Now, you can see the packaging is similar to Kamen Rider Drive. This is the I would say second gen of the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider packaging, but you'd notice it's a little bit thicker, and you'll find out later when we open, because first off, I like the look. So this is what it looks, product shot. In the back, some of his poses, as you can see, the color that he uses is similar to Kamen Rider Ichigo and Migo, who are the first Kamen Riders. So I guess that's why he's Kamen Rider 3. And there's some subtle differences with regards to his suit in terms of the bracelets. The helmet's also pretty different. It is similar but different in terms of the antenna and also with the mouthpiece. And some product shots. Now, why do I love this figure? Aside from the look of it, I really find that this is it harks back to the Showa era, but I would say very improved and good value. Why? So let me open this up. And why does it have good value? So first off, there's the figure. He is not as thin as the figures. So if you remember, I do have Kamen Rider Ichigo and Nigo, or Mask Rider 1 and 2, but I bought them with the bikes. They were in the bike sets. So they're of an older figure version, where articulation is a little less because they don't have the bicep swirl, and they're also a lot thinner. So this is made in the version of the same figures that we have in this line. So we have the figure, very similar to the original Kamen Riders. They even have the scarf. Then he has 3 pairs of extra hands for posability. But what makes this a good value figure is that, if you can see from the back, it includes some effects. Actually, for these effects, now what are these effects? The first effect is actually it's actually a rider kick effect. So you put the feet here, and if you have the stage act that makes him do a flying kick, there's this effect that it's hitting something or has power. Now, this is actually an old effect. It was used by the original Kamen Rider figures from the first generation of packaging. So they just recycled this but only changed the color, because the original one was around red and this is just to match his suit. And secondly are boosters. So these are boosters. I'll show you later where it's going to be attached. So let's open the figure up and show you Mask Rider 3. Now it is of the old packaging, so the cover is still pretty tight. And this is Mask Rider 3. So first off, he doesn't look as heroic because remember, he started out as a member of Shocker. So he looks a little more menacing. First off, the face. There's unlike the Kamen Riders that has a covered mouthpiece, his has an opening face, like a snarl. Second is the antenna. It's not like a usual metal antenna just pointing sideways. This is actually two pointing up. Looks more like horns, or maybe of a different bug. The suit is pretty the same because of the shoulder piece and also with the back design. But what makes it different is the lines. Because for the Kamen Rider 1 and 2, it's only 2 lines and it's silver and it's just straight. This has a little bit of design, and it has 3 lines. Another also is that his shoulder pads. Kamen Rider 1 and 2 is just basically flat or just rounded, but this has a little bit of horns in it. The driver belt is pretty much the same, and boots pretty much the same. What adds more detail to this is that it has the bracelets. Now these bracelets have the Shocker sign. So basically, he's acting like he's slave. He's slave to Shocker. So there's the Shocker logo. If I'm not sure, there's a Shocker logo on these belts, which actually shows how great the attention to detail was. That they've even put small Shocker logos into the bracelets. Also, the helmet and the back, you can really see very intricate and very nice design. The head looks a little bit small, to be honest. And instead of red, the helmet is yellow gold. And articulation, it's now new. It does have the bicep swivel, which the older Kamen Rider 1 and 2 didn't have. But for the legs, pretty much the same. The bending, even the boots is pretty much the same. It does also have the Shocker anklets. I'm not sure what you call it. Yes, I guess anklets. And it also has this thing with it has a little bit of detail in the side. Now, like I said, for this one, it does have a booster effect. So these are actually boosters to lift him up. So this can be replaced and put in with this one that basically puts him at making him do flying. Well, at least boosting his jumping ability to even make him, to make him kick higher or make him kick higher. Now, the reason I love this figure is, first off, he's an anti-hero. Second is that he's pretty unique, and the look of it. I mean, it's like basically improving on the old Kamen Rider design and then giving it a more modern feel. But at this time, it's already almost 10 years old. So, but then again, it's still modern compared to the 70s. So the belt and then the collar. I love the collar. It's very cool to the eyes. And as you can see, this is the effect. So how do you do this? Well, it's basically just for the right foot, actually. So if you put him on let's say you put him on a flying kick pose like this, and then you bend his foot, and then you put basically just fit his foot into the effect, you get to have flying kick effect. So let me show you guys. I was very happy to be getting this figure. So one of the figures I really loved, and So there you go. It's like he's kicking somebody and it's kicking him with really strong force. Oh wait, sound effects. I'm sorry, but I really like this figure. So it's a really cool effect that that they gave us, and it's a very good value figure because it gives us two effects. You know, if we can change that he's flying, and the figure itself is always, well, SH figure wise never fails to disappoint. And articulation wise, the suit itself, it's not too cumbersome. You know, movement articulation does is very open to articulation. Even the scarf, because the old ones give two kinds of two action scarf, but this is fine. We don't need the second scarf for this, and risk it getting lost. So this is already perfect for him, especially since the car. One gripe I have is that they don't have the car. I believe SH Figures never released the car, which I guess good for me. I don't have the money to spend it anyway. But then again, it would have been nice for him to have his own car as well, so that the Trideron and the Ride don't have something to race against them. It's a cool car because it's a car with machine guns on it, so with weapons on it. So it would have been a cool car. But then again, I love the figure. Even the helmet detail is amazing. This is one of my, well, it's bad for me if I keep saying this is my favorite and everything, but in figure sense, Kamen Rider Mac, and this is one of my favorite figures, since what I love about this is its simplicity. It's menacing. With the face in itself, it looks very menacing. It looks very simple, yet you can see how badass that whoever this is a badass. So this is one of my favorite figures. I also love the fact that the chains are still there. You know, that there's still remnants of chains. So it's so cool. One of the coolest figures for me, ever. One of my favorite figures ever. And I'm really so happy to actually talk about this, because next week we're going back to Heisei Phase 2. We're gonna be talking about Kamen Rider Ghost. And I love this because his secondary rider just looks basically like him. They look like a tag team, which I really like. So I'll be talking about that soon. But then again, Mask Rider 3, he was released in the movie with Kamen Rider Drive. So I hope you can check him out. Still one of the best looking figures, one of the best looking suits. If ever I would choose a suit, maybe, well, of course there's gonna be fours. My total favorite. Revised, my also favorite. But if ever I'm gonna be choosing, I might even choose this if ever for my suit. It's gonna be badass. I'm gonna be looking really menacing, and I love that. So, thank you for sharing this, for letting me share this with you. But then again, if you can find this figure, I don't think they're out. A lot of this is out much, but for the figure itself, even if not for the character, it's a really, really good figure. This is one figure I'd always be proud having. And thank you very much for letting me share this. And I hope that you can check this out, and if you have other figures, thank you very much, and have a great day.